Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more Pokemon Lazarus. Last time I did a little oops haha funny, I April fooled everybody to thinking I reset the game. Totally didn't do that. That was totally just an April Fool's joke. I would never mishit an input on my keyboard on accident while putting my controller down during the gym battle to reset the whole game back to the start. I would never. But as you can see, my team is slightly different than how it was at the end of there. I returned the Applin. Sadly, the Applin was just not... He apparently doesn't learn any moves, so I replaced him with Abba until we can evolve the Applin into our big chungus boy. And it's kind of like the main thing. I had a Drifter back, just for funs. Hello, Mario. Also, hello, Tirika. Hello, Arax. How y'all doing? This ain't Racoin. Racoin is coming up, Mari. Don't worry. Don't worry. Next week. I'm thinking either next Friday or this Saturday because I do want to finish what was it? I do want to finish Sekiro this Friday. So I do kind of want to play some Pokemon Champions, but I might play Pokemon Champions this Thursday. So, but Racoin is definitely on the list. Do not worry. I love gambling. I love gambling. We love gambling here. I forgot. This is like the weird gym, right? This is like a weird gym. Not the snarl. You guys aren't hearing any of the game audio. I'm realizing right now. I'm a professional. I immediately clocked you guys weren't hearing the cool Pokemon sounds. Don't worry. This wasn't even the Mimikyu. I got tricked. Guys, I got tricked. Let's go Drifter. I call him Mr. In Debt. I am so good at gambling. I've never been in debt. This is some incorrect information about me. Everybody, I have never gone in debt from gambling. I'm honestly so good at gambling, they banned me from casinos just because I'm so good. Just because I'm so good at it. They lose so much money when I walk in the door. Thank you for the Balder, dude. You know, funny story. I think I said one of the times before, I'm getting the full body model soon, you know, like a big model and not a chibi one. And we were just going over the bald redeem for that today. It was crazy. It was crazy. Wait, I should have swapped. Why did I stay in for Noctowl? Like so much your hair all fell out? Never. Never. My hair comes off on purpose. I will it off. It is my magical hair. Debut win? That depends on when the rigging is finished for the model. There's no ETA so far. 0 ETA. What? They gave Noctowl Shadow Tag? Huh? That's crazy. Wait, I'm screwed. I'm actually. Whoa. Oh. I had no idea this was a thing. Wait a minute. Wait, that's crazy. Wait, that's so nice, actually. The new Mega Gengar. Dude, Shadow Tag for Noctowl is so smart, actually. Like, that's such a good ability, like, thematically, I feel like. That's, like, really cool. But it's really bad for me right now. Parashong, dude, Parashong Shadow Tag. Dude, I actually got owned in Pokemon Champions today by a Parashong Gengar, like a Mega Gengar. Like the set party is I almost got him. He was down to Mega Gengar. I had 2 Pokemon on the field, but it was the last turn of Perish Trap and they just had to protect up. So I couldn't do nothing. It was so sad. It was such a good fight though. I love, you know what? I'm going to say it. I love that gimmick. I love Shadow Tag Parashong. I think it's really cool. Even when I lose to it, I'm just like, good game. Good game. Of course, like being a best of 1 format is always kind of harsh when it comes to like some kind of gimmicks like that. Because like best of 1 plus closed team sheets is just such a difficult way to play the game. Because there's just so much like RNG and variance, not only in just like the Pokemon and the fight itself, but like, you know, how the Pokemon are built, which you can't see in a closed team sheet. Well, you can't see it really in an open team sheet, but at least you know like their items and their moves, I believe. Do you know their moves in an open team sheet or just their items? I actually don't remember. I don't think you know their Terra type, do you? I don't know. I kind of... Pokemon Champions is actually... You know, I never thought I'd say this. I love Mega Pokemon, but Pokemon Champions is making me miss Terra type a little bit. Just because like a lot of Pokemon just become viable because of having a Terra type, and they're kind of like really doo-doo in Pokemon Champions. Bad? You can't say that? What do you mean? Imagine, if you will. Imagine you put Terra Fire on your Venusaur. right next to your, you know, Terra, your fire Charizard wide. Go crazy. Ah, rest in peace. Drifter did really well considering that they were really bad. They were like not a great Pokemon against that knockdown. No, imagine like all the crazy Terra types you could do. Imagine Terra Water Mega Aggron. Imagine it. Imagine. Just imagine. Oh my god, I'm gonna hit it by every Hypnosis. I want to click super effective move without having to calculate if that weakness is one of the Terra they accounted for. But then you could do the same thing. I don't know. I love Terra. I'm a fan of Terra type. I think a lot of people hate the gimmick, but I am personally a big fan. Big fan. Like I understand the dislike, but it's just so interesting and fun. It's like way better than Gigantamax at least. And way better than Z moves. I was actually not a fan of Z moves. Like Mega Pokemon using up your item is fine because Mega Pokemon are just like so friggin' powerful. But Z Crystals using up your item slot for just like a one-time boost of power and like a move, that kind of like, that never vibed with me, you know? I was not a fan of Z Crystals. All right, this gym leader's kind of kicking my butt. I ain't gonna lie. Bruxish. What is that? Psychic Water? Too bad Drifter's dead. But I guess it is kind of like the mind games too. I love how on Terra type you could have it on every Pokemon. So like your opponent never knows what Pokemon you're gonna Terra type or when they're gonna Terra type. I think it just adds so much like thought to the game that I enjoy. Now that there isn't like plenty of thought in like normal Pokemon. Because there's like way too much thinking you could do in normal Pokemon fights. But I don't know. I just love it. I love it. Z-moves would have been better if they kept it to only the signature ones. I think Z-moves would have been better if they didn't use up your item slot. I think you should just have a Z move every fight you could do one of, you know? Like if it was a Terra type, but it was just for one-time Z move. Even if it was for like any move. If it was for like any move, you didn't take up your item slot and it was just like something you could do anytime mid-battle, I would actually be a big fan of that. I'm trying to Leech Seed here. Can you seed? Yeah, okay. Mimikyu is actually such an interesting Pokemon in Pokemon Champions right now. I've gotten bodied a few times by specifically Trick Room Mimikyu, which is kind of crazy. So like Gardevoir and Mimikyu, I never thought I'd see being used in like Trick Room teams, but apparently they're like really good at setting it up. It's kind of crazy, especially Gardevoir. Like I got hit by a Mega Gardevoir Trick Room that beat me today. And I was so confused because like, what? What do you mean Mega Gardevoir? Like a speedy attacker is using Trick Room. That's crazy, but it won them the game. It legitimately won them the game. It was great. I don't know. I'm in love with Pokemon Champions right now. I know there's like a ton of issues, but I just love Pokemon. Did you remap your save keys? I did. I deleted them. I deleted the mapping for them. I mean, that was totally on purpose. Haha. Ha ha ha. That was my April Fool's joke. Totally, totally. Alba, you're gonna survive here. I'm not gonna let Alba die. Never let Alba die. I don't know. I've actually fallen to the dark side recently in Pokemon Champions, guys. I started using Mega Charizard Y. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, my integrity. I was trying so hard to make my janky teams work, you know? I was trying so hard. I got up to like 1800 in Master Ball rank with like janky rain teams because I really wanted to use Pelipper and Archelodon, but I just could not form my team around them that I did not instantly die to like 3 of the main meta teams. So recently I tried making like a janky fire, you know, Charizard Y team because I was like, you know, if you can't beat him, join him. And it's like every Pokemon combination I put on that team is too good. Like they're all so good. It feels like I'm cheating, you know? Like it's not like I haven't lost with that team, but I went on like a 12 win streak with it. Like I went from like 1680 or no, it was like 1750 to like 1900 or something. It was an insane win streak. And I'm like, damn, they just let people use this Pokemon? And then I started getting bodied by like Tyranitar teams with like Rotomosh, because that team actually kind of ruins me. Okay, guys, we beat the gym though. We did beat it finally, for real this time. Like the narrative that traditional VGC players were pretty mid because the people who were good at the game didn't want to grind out good IV Pokemon. Is that a narrative people have been pushing? Wait, what the hell? Wait, I just realized my OBS isn't like. Wait a minute. Why is my chat like this? For some reason, my chat is like not correct. Wait a minute. I like the left side of my chat is cut off for some reason. I couldn't see the and the T and the. What the heck is going on here? OBS, why you like this? OBS, who hurt you? Why is it like this? I've never seen this happen before. Let me refresh my chat then. There we go. That was so weird. Let me read that. I like the narrative that traditional VGC players were actually pretty mid because the people who were good at the game just didn't want to grind out good IV Pokemon. I feel like that could have been true until Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Even then, until Pokemon Sword and Shield, because getting good IVs on Pokemon was incredibly easy once they introduced bottle caps. So I feel like that could have been a thing for generations like 1 through 7, but 8 and 9 just kind of proved that like IVs just weren't as much of an issue if you could just like plop them on anybody. Except for Zero IV Pokemon for speed, which is kind of like the main one. That like you can't just like bottle cap up, sadly. All this is about when did people get good at Pokemon after Champions released? I think what Champions did is that it didn't show that like a lot of people were good at Pokemon. It just showed that like not a lot of people were playing laddered rank on like the old Pokemon games because they just weren't. I mean, I love the visuals and stuff and whatever of like laddered Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but it didn't run well. Like the immediately first, I think like the first thought I had when playing Pokemon Champion is like, wow, I could go through the menu and not have it lag every 2 seconds, you know? Like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were made for like made out of like a box of scraps in a cave, you know? It just like it just wasn't that good. It just wasn't that good. The menuing was like a chore. Everything like going through all your Pokemon and stuff was just like a huge chore. It just runs so poorly. But Champions just run so smoothly. It's just like a completely different ball game, you know? So I feel like that definitely brought in just like a lot of casual Pokemon people. And the fact that you don't have to grind out EVs and IVs is obviously bringing in a ton of casual people. It's like super nice. Oh yeah, I just like, it's just so good. It's just so good. And then there are people out there complaining like so much about like, oh, the Pokemon, it doesn't have good items in it. This game sucks. Or, oh, I have to use VP that you get a crap ton of to level up my Pokemon or whatever. At that point, I'm just like, these people just love complaining. They just love complaining. And I understand because I also love complaining. So like, I see where they're coming from. What is this music? Am I in a church? I'm in the boat that people didn't want to buy a Switch but still grinded comp. Oh, that's fair. I feel like, yeah, when the phone version of Pokemon Champions comes out, like all hell is going to break loose. You can have like 1 billion people on that game. You confused why Choice Band was in the game? I think it is weird that Choice Scarf is in the game, but not Choice Band, right? I think the limited item choice is a very deliberate decision to like lower the power level of the game and make it easier for new players to like, you know, get into it. But I feel like Choice Band and like Choice Specs was like, that one's like incredibly simple. They should definitely have added those ones. Those ones feel like such a loss, you know? Because I can't go Choice Specs Torkoal and Trick Room and just like kill everybody now. It makes me so sad. I tried making Trick Room Torkoal work so much, but I just could not. I was just not good enough. If the Pokemon is going to be a cycling format, I get that, but why not all the major items? I mean, I literally think they just didn't want to put like every item in the game. Like I understand like no assault vest, no like the boosting gems and whatever. No, what other items would you even think about? Like, I try to think of all the items besides like honestly assault vest and the like multiple choice items are like the main ones where I'm like, how are these not in the game? Oh yeah, the toxic orb and the like guts has just become a completely useless ability without that. It's really sad. Like flame orb, toxic orb, like plates and stuff. I guess when Arceus joins, they'll add the plates. I guess we technically have the plates. Like the plates do the same thing as like Mystic Waters and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's fun. I honestly think it's really fun not to have to worry about like all the insane items. Like, oh, is this Archelodon gonna be Assault Vest and gonna eat my ability, like eat my special attack, or would it be fine for me to do the special attack in them? I think that makes it a lot easier just for like the new players to like get their feet in. And I assume either the next season or maybe even the season after that, they'll add in more items. I just assume that, but I think it's a pretty decent chance that we're gonna get like a lot more items like relatively soon. Mostly because the Pokemon Company is going to start hosting like actual tournaments, right? With Pokemon Champions. It's going to be a little awkward when they host the Pokemon's Champions tournament and have to show like the winner's team and their main item is like Oranberry. Like people are going to be so weirded out by that. The game function. I mean, I think it's a fun format. I think low powered items was never a format I thought was ever going to be a thing. And I actually think it's really fun to use like Mystic Water and like the special like special attack reduction berries and stuff like that. Like items I would never use. Like I've seen a lot of people go fling Light Ball because for some reason Light Ball is in the game. You know, just to paralyze your opponent. I think that's really fun. What I do not agree is that they got rid of my boy Archelodon. They got rid of his what was it? Not Heavy Slam, but Body Press. That was so sad. It was too good. And then they got rid of Knockoff on my Incineroar. Like I definitely see the point of nerfing all like the uber powerful Pokemon, but not my Archelodon, not my Bridge. Like I had this whole team set up where I had like Tandemaus beat up into Archelodon, you know, and then you're just insane, but I can't bully noobs with it anymore. All my noob killer Pokemon are just like nerfed. It's so sad. How am I supposed to farm the kids now? Drifter? Oh, Leech Seed on Drifter is crazy. Wait, this is crazy. Do we go to Synthesis? I think we might go to Synthesis for Leech Seed. You know what? Maybe I should have got rid of like Sleep Powder or something. I don't know. They're gonna have Pikachu on the draft and they have to have the Light Ball. I just don't understand why they have Pikachu on the draft, but they refuse to put Clefairy into the game. Like, come on. They're like, oh, we can't put unevolved Pokemon into the game to make it easier for new players. And then they put fucking Pikachu, which I don't think a single person has used a Pikachu in that game so far. Because it's bad. Like, Pikachu is bad in competitive Pokemon. No Eviolite? Yeah, no Eviolite. Well, I mean, Pikachu is the only not fully evolved Pokemon in the game. It's bizarre. It's a bizarre choice for sure. Especially because, like, funnily enough, Clefable is just a worse version of Clefairy. It's really funny. And I was actually using a Clefable like today. I think Clefable is still like alright. It's still like a really alright Pokemon. It's good as like a fairy defensive core Pokemon. But it's like it hurts. It hurts seeing like them like kind of drop the ball on certain things like that, you know? Nintendo's a 50-year contract. True, but they didn't put Eevee into the game, you know? Which you think they would have put Eevee into the game because they're trying to make Eevee like the second mascot Pokemon, right? But they only put Pikachu. Yeah, Incineroar lost knockoff. A lot of Pokemon lost a lot of cool moves. Thankfully, one of those moves was Encore on Mega Gengar. Imagine if Mega Gengar had Encore. Ugh, it would be so over. It would be so over. Clefairy works with Eevee and Clefairy was good in singles. Clefairy is pretty decent in singles. I was using it in like a doubles as like a follow me Pokemon. And it was pretty good at that. Like it's still incredibly tanky. But I think the thing, it loses, I think it loses Friend Guard when it evolves or something like that. So it no longer has like the really good doubles ability. It's why people would use Clefairy instead, is because it had Friend Guard. This thing is like part dark type, right? Oh, not the Snarl, man. Man, these people are ready for VGC. They're already using Snarl everywhere. Wow, that did nothing. Holy moly. I guess in the rain, the water move would have been better. I should just Aqua Jet. Even need to sell 1 million more merch. I mean, I'm sure they've sold way more than $1 million worth of merch. I'm not gonna lie. Eevee is like hella popular. Which is weird that we haven't got another Eeveelution. Wow, that did way more. Like seriously, where's like the rock Eeveelution or the dragon Eeveelution or the flying Eeveelution? Why haven't we haven't got a new Eeveelution since Gen 6 for frick's sake, you know? It's been 3 generations since an Eeveelution. Which before there was only like 1 generation between Eeveelutions. Like I believe Gen 3 and 5 were the only ones that didn't have it. Ew, another HM. We're getting so many HMs. Flash and Rock Smash. Rumor is that there are so many fan designs that don't. Do you ever heard that rumor? I don't believe that rumor. That's like. That's such an un-Nintendo rumor. Because what Nintendo would do is that they would copyright strike your fan work and then steal it. You know? That's what they would do. They wouldn't care about a fan work. They would just take it. If they liked it that much, they would just copyright strike you and then take it. Or even then, I believe Nintendo has a clause where if you make fan work of their existing works, they technically own it. Or something crazy like that. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of lost in this game. I think I probably need to go back up to the professor, but that's such a long walk. Oh, you know, I was probably supposed to go to this place beforehand. Because this is only level like 18 and stuff. I bet I was supposed to go here first and then go beat the gym. I mean, there's evidence of that happening at least once with the scrap flying type evolution for Gen 7. I mean, was it scrapped for that reason though? Because I know Pokemon, they make a lot of like rough sketches of like Pokemon and stuff, and then they scrap them if they don't think it'll fit. Like recently I saw spoilers for Wind and Waves or whatever it's called. I recently saw like a leaked picture of a Pokemon that they like sketched out for that. And it's like, I believe it was just like a old remaster of like an old one they made for Gen 1 and 2 of like a flying fish. Like a fish with wings. It's really funny looking. I really like it. But yeah, they make like a lot of Pokemon designs they just don't end up putting into the game. But I don't know if it was confirmed because maybe it did look like super like a fan evolution for flying types. So, you know, it could be that, but I just don't see Nintendo giving a crap. So a lot of stuff was leaked. There were internal documents saying that it was scrapped over concerns. Oh, so that was that reason. Okay. I do think that's weird. I guess maybe Pokemon, was it Game Freak? Since it's Game Freak versus, like, it's not Nintendo technically. It is like Game Freak. Maybe Game Freak is a little more sensitive to that kind of thing. But even then, like, what are they worried about? Do they really think we'll see an evolution and be like, oh, that's just like that fan-made evolution. That's awful. We should protest Game Freak. I'm pretty sure anyone who like did the fan work of that would be like, yo, that looks kind of like mine. That's so sick. They put my design into the game. My design, like they could just literally pay a fan artist to like own the design of the Pokemon, or the fan art thing, right? Like they have the money. They have the money. Consider the shit show that was released of Gen 9. Yeah, but they've been dealing with shit shows for the releases for the past like 3 generations. They're used to it by now. And it's their fault for putting out garbage. Aging man. Yeah, that's actually that is probably it. Like old Japanese men are the most stubborn, like in their lane people I've ever seen in my life. Like these people would be like given the option of like living or like bending their rules a little bit, and they would choose death. They would choose death 100% of the time. It's actually like insane. Which is why I'm confused how Pokemon went 3D. You think if the stupid management over at Game Freak was going to be particular about one thing they never wanted changed, it would be their classic 2D style. But then they went and did 3D games, and it's just so confusing. It's so confusing, man. Like, why are they stubborn about all the wrong things and then like fine with all the wrong things as well? Handheld sales were way down. Were they? Were they? For Pokemon? I have to imagine Gen 5, like if Gen 6 came out in 2D, it would have sold about the same. Especially for the DS, I mean. That's fair. That is fair. I think, so the issue with that is, I don't think that was an issue with like Pokemon at the time though. I think the issue was that, I remember, I believe Gen 6 came out. What year did Gen 6 came out? That was like when I was hitting high school, I think. So the issue wasn't that the issue wasn't with the games themselves. It was with the fact that like their main core audience was becoming high schoolers and like growing up. So they were putting down the games for a little bit. So they were like, I guess they wanted to like, ooh, nasty pot. I guess they wanted to like try to get a younger audience with the new fancy 3D graphics. It just looks so bad. It just looks so bad. The hardware. Oh, so they were trying to. Well, I don't get it then. I still don't get it. We're on tablets now. In 2013, what is happening to my screen, by the way? Is this normal? This can't be normal. There we go. Oh my God, the rain animation was crazy. Like, it makes sense. But I think the 3DS was kind of a mistake in and of itself. Like the 3D gimmick of the 3DS was way bad. It was like really bad. I don't think I ever knew one person in my life that enjoyed the 3D of the 3DS and didn't just like play it on the 2D part of it like the whole time, you know? You mean the DS era switch? Yeah, I meant like Gen 5 to Gen 6. Playmates had better animated models and that just didn't pan out. I mean, they made all their models look so bad. all the 3D models. Even Pokemon Champions, I have like issues like with their 3D models. So I think they do look pretty good. Just like the at least they have like lively animations in Pokemon Champions. That's the one thing I could give it. Like none of like the Gen 6 through 9 games, all their like static animations and all the animations for like battles and stuff were just so bad. Like Gen 5 was like an absolutely gorgeous game with how they animated the 2D sprites. And to go from that to Gen 6 with their insanely bad 3D models and stuff like that was it was a disappointment, to be sure. Hackers can extract Gen 6 models and they're basically fully rigged. What does that mean? Were they not fully rigged in the game, but were they fully, wait, huh? How do we animate all these monsters? Well, they just needed to animate them once and then they should just be able to like port them to new games, right? I think that was the plan. They were like, oh, we can't have all these Pokemon in Gen 8 because we don't have their models all animated and rigged. We're gonna have really cool new models. And then all the models in Gen 8 were just the Gen 7 models. Wasn't that a thing? Wasn't it like all the Pokemon they added to Gen 8 just had the same models as the ones from Gen 7? And 64 Nidoqueen was really ready to grab. What? Hey, you know, Pokemon Stadium still has some of the best Pokemon animations. Like, come on. Tell me Pokemon Stadium doesn't look way better than like fucking Sun and Moon when it comes to battle animations. I still think Pokemon Stadium looks better than like Pokemon Champions in some ways. I ain't gonna lie, I still think like we peaked in Pokemon design like way back then. I mean, you can move the 3D model bones. So they just like made them bad on purpose? They just taught them wrong on purpose? That's so sad. I really don't know what I'm doing in this game. Ooh, boat. Hello, sir. You know when you have the Pythios Town okay, no, I do have it. You got the gym badge. Some Team Chimera thugs wanted to take my precious, gorgeous, perfect boat. I fought with the admin and took down their strongest Pokemon, but I lost and had to run. So now I'm hiding here, doing what I have to protect my boat. That's the Solos. Where did you catch me? The Isapet. Okay, so I already did that. Pierce the strong. No, Pierce the wise. Maybe Pierce the great. Wahaha. Wait, no, I was in west. That was west. East is to the right. $20 Pokemon. I'm never gonna catch that many Pokemon. That's so many. Catch them all. More like catch these hands. Got him. Hello, Thunderbird. Hello, Oatmeal. How y'all doing? You know, speaking of 3D models, I've actually been watching this guy who like creates his own Pokemon 3D models for like Gen 8 and stuff like that. And it really is a wonder what they could have made Gen 8 just like on the visual aspect alone. Just watching this like one guy make all these like super impressive Pokemon models compared to like what Game Freak did, which just feels so, I don't want to say lazy, but just like so uninspired, I guess. It just makes you wonder what could have been, you know? Makes you wonder. Like I was at the beginning of the stream, I was like praising Pokemon Champions for being like incredibly fun. And now I'm here ragging on old Pokemon. Some things never change. Some things about me never change. And that I will always rag on gens like 6 through 8 for being like not great. I like the music here. Wait, so this guy beat up this guy with like a Tinkatink? That's so rude. Look at Tinkatink. They have a freaking rattle in their hand. They're just a baby. They're just a baby. Tauros. What kind of Tauros? You think it was a normal Tauros or is it like a fire Tauros? Oh, it's a water Tauros. Not the Intimidate. Oh no. Oh god, it's setting up on me, guys. Guys, it's setting up on me. If I only had better moves. Disarming Voice is so bad. He's double setting up on me. No! Hard to justify small indie company Nintendo that can fucking hire 50 animators. So my issue is always that it wasn't Nintendo, because Nintendo makes good games. Like, Nintendo makes bangers. The issue is Game Freak, who for some reason Nintendo just doesn't buy them out and force them to make good Pokemon games. Like, right? Like, Nintendo games are bangers, but like Game Freak is awful at making video games. Which is seen anytime any other company gets their hands on the Pokemon IP, they make a really good game most of the time. Except for the Gen 4 remakes, those were terrible. But to be fair, that wasn't a game company. Didn't they hire like an animation company to remake Pokemon 4? Like Gen 4 or something like that? It's like really baffling. Ooh. I got my own room on the boat. Let's go. There's one little cabin. Oh, we get a customizable room. Nice. Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures are all the same thing as far as I'm concerned. What does Creatures even do, by the way? Yo, is that normal Zorua? Yo, I do like normal Zorua. I don't even know what Creatures does in it. Like, do they even do anything? Because I know like Nintendo, like, is it like Creatures? Wait, no, Creatures is the guys who did the GameCube, like Shadow and Colosseum, right? It's like the Pokemon company is the one who owns a third of it. It's like Game Freak, Nintendo, and the Pokemon company. Oh, so I can just like go back. I know from looking at Game Freak's own game they're making, they've just been phoning it in for Pokemon games. I don't know. I saw the Game Freak game they released like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and it looked like dog water. It looked awful. It looks like really bad. The TCG and toys, I assume other physical merch. I think that's the Pokemon company. Is that Creatures? I always thought it was the Pokemon company. Oh, look at this. Fancy. Look at me go, guys. Look at me go. I'm decorating. I'm doing it. I'm beginning to believe. Oh my god, it's massive. What a mat. Ball poster. I gotta look at my ball poster while I eat my food on this tiny table. Nice. Look at my room, guys. Isn't it like sick? Sorry? A realistic toy TV? It could easily be mistaken for the real thing. This isn't even a real TV? It's the saddest thing I've ever heard. We don't even have a real friggin' TV. Oh, hello? Sure. I was gonna talk to that lady, but no, we can end. Pokemon Corp is a circle just like the Pokeball? Dude, I just don't get. I don't get why Nintendo doesn't just like take all this stuff. Honestly, I entrust Nintendo to make better games than Game Freak for sure. But what is this new Game Freak game? I actually don't know which one you're talking about. Because I know they made that like weird RPG game that like wasn't that great. Where am I? A Souls style thing? Oh, interesting. Also, like, so Game Freak has multiple games in production, including their most important game that makes them billions of dollars, Pokemon. And they still only have like 40 people in their company. Or some like insanely small amount of like, you know, actual like workers in their company. Oh, so this is Calamity City. I need to go to Cretia City, I think. Or is this the one with the... Where is this? Where am I? Calamity City. Is this where we started? There's a gym here? Oh yeah, I beat this guy. Okay, yeah. I beat this guy. This is the first gym, I think. Okay. Now I'm remembering. God, it's been so long. It's been like literally over a month since I was in this city. How do I get out of here? Where else can we go? Pythios. This is kind of okay. So just these two cities. All right, let me take a look at my quests real quick. Good example is literally a great example is Pokepia. You're so right. I don't think Game Freak even did anything for Pokepia. A girly pop dream, Gym 4. Oh, so I'm not even supposed to go back, huh? Complete the Pokedex? Yeah, like that's never gonna happen. I'm not gonna catch them all. That ain't for me. I'm too old to catch them all these days, you know? I've caught them all in like, I think I caught every Pokemon all the way up to like Gen 5. And then once Gen 6 started, I just like couldn't be asked. I may have caught all the Pokemon in Gen 6 too, actually. I don't know. It's hard to remember when I stopped being like that gung-ho kid who wanted to catch every Pokemon. But I had to imagine it had to have been around like Gen 6 or 7. It definitely, I did not catch them all in Gen 7. Ooh, Solosis. I love Solosis. Look at that little ball. Shailder. Beast of Reincarnation. Let me take a look at this. Okay, you guys think Nintendo's gonna release like a cool Switch 2 before the release of the not Bloodborne. What was it called? The new FromSoft game on the Switch 2? Because I really want to play that game, but I don't want to buy like a basic Switch 2, you know? Gotta catch them all up to Gen 10. I mean, come on. I mean, Sun and Moon were not great games. I'll say it. I know a lot of people like Sun and Moon. I am personally not a big fan of Sun and Moon, though it did have some of my favorite Pokemon characters. I absolutely love Lucamine. She's great. She's fantastic. Lily's cool. I don't really like Gladion. Like, that kind of sucks. How? You know, I used to absolutely hate How, and then Hop happened, and I was like, okay, so How's not that bad. You know? How's not that bad. Compared to Hop, that guy sucked. You know, that guy was the worst. Dustbloods, yeah. 450 doll hairs, dude. It's so much money. The good voice is pretty good, but do I get a Switch 2 for Bloodborne 2? Is there a Bloodborne 2? Or do you mean the Dustbloods? Because Dustbloods isn't gonna be anything like Bloodborne from what I've heard. It's like a PvP, it's like a Fortnite. It's like a Fortnite game. How have I not gotten a single evolution stone too? I feel like I should have an evolution stone by now. Yeah, I'm waiting for like a special edition. I want like a cool one. I thought they would make a Pokepia special edition because I guess I didn't think Pokepia would do this well, you know? It's like a huge boom. But I think they just thought it'd be like a small little Pokemon game they can make on the side, but like everybody loves Pokepia. But I don't want just like the basic as Switch 2, you know? I also kind of want maybe wait for like the upgraded version whenever they do that, where they get like a better screen, like they did with the Switch. What was it, like the LED version or something? But at that point, it'll cost like $600 because of how much RAM costs these days. Whoa. Dude, that's a sick Cyclizar. Look how cool that Cyclizar looks. I don't even know what I'd get. You hate video games? What? You could get Minecraft. You could get what is it called? What is the what is the console version of Minecraft called? Bedrock Edition? You get the weird ass Bedrock Edition of Minecraft. Non-modded. Yeah, but have you tried Bedrock Edition where wolves will pee themselves if you scare them? It's so good. Ah, heck, that guy sounded me way up there. I don't know. I want Pokepia. I want the new Duskbloods game. I want Wind and Waves when it comes out because yes, I complain about Pokemon, but I am part of the problem. I buy the Pokemon games. I'm sorry. I am part of the problem. I admit it. I want to be able to like play my Scarlet and Violet and not be capped to like 20 FPS or whatever the Switch 1 is. Because like I grinded out so many Pokemon on Scarlet and Violet and it was such a pain. The game runs like hot ass on the Switch 1. It's so bad. It's like so bad. Honestly, I'm surprised how well Champions run. Well, I guess Champions doesn't need like a bunch to run well, you know? It's like it's a very self-contained game. It's only the battle animations and stuff like that. There's no story mode. There's no walking around. God, I hope they had better customization of Pokemon Champions. My character looks so dumb. Like I think the female customization for Pokemon Champions actually looks like really good. Like you could do a lot of cool fancy things there. The male customizations all look terrible. Like I struggled so hard to make like a half decent character in that game. Yo, is that Tate and Lisa? That's crazy. Honestly though, Eric's, when are we thinking of doing another one of those train games? That was fun. I need another round of train. I need to get mortared again. Oof. These Pokemon into my Bullet Seed, it's not gonna end well for y'all. Oof. Let's see about developing this extraction shooter type hack. Yo, I love extraction shooters. I love extraction shooters except for having to actually play extraction shooters because most of the time, like 90% of the extraction shooters I played are like deliberately awful in certain ways. Like I played what's the big one? There's like the big extraction shooter that first came out. I tried playing that. But I could not get into like the 50 billion like ammo types and stuff like that. And then I played the more recent one that came out whose name I still can't remember because I'm terrible with names. And honestly, I've already forgotten about it. And it was like trying to get like blueprints in that game was such a drag. But I love extraction shooters. I love the gameplay loop of going in there, shooting people, grabbing loot and getting out. That's always so fun. Need to go on another killing spree. Tirka, you were crazy in it. But trains. We all love trains here. You know, we all love trains. God, Fairywind is so bad. I should have gotten rid of Fairywind. There's something about, like, what is it about trains, you know? Like what is it about trains and like even boats and stuff that like really just bring out like the killer instinct? Like a murder in a plane, that sounds too dangerous, but a murder on a train, that sounds exciting and cool. You shake Magino so he finalizes what he wants for Cobble Season 2. True. I gotta win again. Put me in, coach. I will defend my championship title. Don't look at me getting absolutely bodied in Pokemon Champions. I will defend myself. I hope we have a more defined, if we're going to do like any kinds of tournaments, I hope they're a little bit more defined on the, on what we're going to be like using, like what kind of format we're using. And I hope there's not like a crazy amount of legendaries or something. Like, I don't want to have like Uber Pokemon, if I'm going to be completely honest. Yo, we should do a doubles season. Any VGCers? Any VGCers? Yo! Why does Hisuian Voltorb look like he's got like acne? What the heck? I did my boy dirty here. Just gonna rip out a whole map model to transfer to Minecraft for your season 2 base. I'm like really bad at like creating bases. If you guys saw my season 1 base, you guys know my base building skills are not great. Not great. I'm really good about I'm really good at everything in Minecraft except for 2 things, which is PvP and base building. Which are like the main things, to be fair, but like really bad at it. Let's go Ice Ball, dude. Ice Ball crazy, dude. You love to see Ice Ball popping off. I can't believe Pokemon Champions has Tauros but not Meltank. What were they thinking? Did you get my boy Meltank in there? Wish Park will be real. Can I make wishes there? Or is that where the raid dens are gonna be? Isn't it like the whole thing where you drop a wishing star or something into the raid dens to open them? Was that a thing? Am I making that up? Was that like an actual mechanic in Gen 8, or am I just not remembering correctly because I hated them? I hated that game. Wait, what does Wish Park entail? Yo, is it gonna be like Pokemon Ranch? Oh, I remember Pokemon Ranch where you could just like send all your Pokemon to like that not Switch, what was it? The Wii, and just have them like fuck around on a ranch. Oh, that was the best. Just watching your Pokemon just like screw around and walk and stuff like that. That game had some good 3D models, you know? It did not. Those 3D models were not great. I can't even convince myself of that, but I liked it. Poke Park 2. It's a weird separate dimension for Pokemon Witches. Oh, I don't think I ever played. I don't even know what Poke Park 2 is. Wait, no, I think I've heard you talk about it before, but like, I don't think I ever knew that was a game. Is it like a Pokemon Ranch kind of game, or like what's up with that? Full heal? I don't need to heal fully. What the? It's a ninja. It's a freaking ninja. Where'd they pop out of? It's a rich boy. No, this guy's a ninja. Alolan Vulpix, my beloved. All right, what's your guys' favorite regional variant Pokemon? Mine is Alolan Vulpix. I love Alolan Ninetales so much. Like legitimately so much. I actually really like Alolan Sandshoe just for the looks. Like I don't really like Alolan Sandslash that much, though I do think it looks kind of cool. I think Alolan Sandshoe is like adorable. Like it's just Sandshoe with like a little poncho. Like he's got like one of those Eskimo ponchos. It's adorable, man. Cantonian. Okay, you can't say that. You can't say that. That's not a regional variant. There's not even a different kind of Fearow. Alolan Dugtrio, the hair, the Fabio hair. Hell yeah. You gots to love the Fabio hair. Also Alolan Sandslash. Don't listen to me just bad mouthing it. No, I mean I think it looks cool, but like I tried using it in Gen 7 as like a competitive Pokemon and it was turbo ass. Its typing is just brutal. Best way to put it is you play as a Pokemon, making friends with other Pokemon, chasing, fighting, or playing hide and seek with them, all while trying to stop the end of the world itself. Well, I mean, you gotta stop the end of the world itself while you're playing hide and seek. That's just a no-brainer. So it's kind of like a Pokemon mystery dungeon kind of thing. That's cool. I wish they made a new Pokemon mystery dungeon. Oh, didn't they make one? I want to say they made one like a few years ago, but I never played it because it didn't look great. I know the last big, I played like Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. And I actually thought that game wasn't like too difficult. Like it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't like good either. It was still kind of disappointing. Phalanx! They should make a regional form of Phalanx where it's just like one big guy who ate all the other guys. I think they should definitely do that. I think my ideas for Pokemon are peak and they should steal them all. Like imagine Mega Phalanx, but instead of like him being like a lanky guy that's just like 5 guys together, it's just like one really fat Phalanx. Just like one really big Snorlax sized Phalanx because he ate all the other Phalanxes. That's honestly what they should do. I think I should go heal. I think I'm gonna go heal. Also, I need a Pokemon that knows Flash apparently. I do not think Pansage learns Flash. What the fuck? Oh, that's an Onix. I was like, what's this little gray worm Pokemon? It's so tiny. That's an Onix right there. That's hilarious. Of course it would look that small. Like that makes so much sense. I went the wrong way. Snover? I hardly know her. That was like my joke. I don't have any great Pokemon against the Snover, huh? I'm sure I'll be fine. Oof. I'm 7 levels above this thing and I'm hitting it for only like 33%. Like sure it's resisted, but come on. Come on, Chi. You got this. I'm really hungry. I need to eat food. I had a little snack. I had a little Greek yogurt cup before stream, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I only ate soup today. I only ate a small bowl of soup for lunch. I need food. I need sustenance. Ah. We're getting owned right now. We're getting owned by this Snover. Dear God. We're getting destroyed. All right, that's it, Chi. You're out of there. You've done too little. Go. Team Flare. Show them what you got. Oh no. No. Team Flare, wake up. Oh, you know what I really like about Pokemon Champions too? I like how they're like changing game mechanics, right? Like the change to like paralysis and sleep and stuff is like such a cool and interesting and good change. Because nobody like getting like completely hacked or whatever, like hacked by sleep, like getting slept for like 3 turns like every time was such a pain. The fact that you could wake up like first turn now, and then also like you have a really good chance of waking up on the 2nd turn, and you're guaranteed to wake up on the 3rd turn. I just slept for 5 turns on this, by the way. Not 5, whatever this amount. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like I slept so much. Team Flare just slept like their whole life away. If this was Pokemon Champions, I would have woken up like a turn or 2 ago. And paralysis only being like a 15% chance instead of like a 25% chance of what or whatever it was before is super nice. Like, I always felt like these status effects were like slightly too strong. Especially in like a competitive format where like the most common way to sleep a Pokemon is like through a 70% accurate sleep powder, which just feels bad when it actually hits. Like it feels like such a like slap to the face when you get hit by like the one of like sleep powder 70% accurate move and you just lose because of that. You just like lose on the spot because you got slept for 4 turns. So it feels good that they're kind of like toning those things down, because those are definitely like a big frustration point for like I think a lot of players, is just getting completely like destroyed by the most weird stuff. They're like, you can't even like fight back against that. That's just like bad RNG, you know? Like how are you gonna beat like sleep turns? Dang it, I thought this was not a fighter. No. Hey lady, you want to heal my Pokemon? You look like a Nurse Joy. No. They're copying me. They're copying me. What the heck? How dare you? Ma'am, this is copyright infringement. You are getting a letter from my lawyer. You're getting sued. Icy Wind? It's over. Goodbye. Goodbye, Drifter. Oh, you lived? You're goated. Oh, but you're slowed? Oh, you're gonna die. Well, you are you're 7 levels faster. You got this. Come on. Hit the 3. Hit the 3. Hit the 4. Hit the 4. Oh, it's just a 3. Okay. Whew. I saw the damage. I think I low rolled on the second one. I wonder if they'll ever get rid of damage rolls in Pokemon. Like, would anyone get like seriously mad if they got rid of damage rolls? I mean, I like the variance just for like the chance to like have different outcomes in a game and not have it be like all like, you know, this thing, it has to happen, you know, they won, they were like guaranteed to win. I do like having the variance of attack damage, but at the same time, when you're like a 99.9% chance to kill a Pokemon, but you rolled the singular roll that doesn't kill them and you lose the game because of it, that feels bad. It feels bad as the player, but it does feel really good as the defender. I don't know. Like, I can't even tell y'all the amount of times my Pokemon have lived on 1 HP in Pokemon Champions. Not because they have like a focus sash, but just because like the opponent decided to get like the most inaccurate roll and just hit me for just 1 HP less on like a quad super effective move or something like that. It's crazy. You designed a Pokemon like game system wise. Can't remember if I kept damage rolls. You think you did that? I mean, oh, what? Oh, we're getting a Jumpluff. I'm like, Skiploom evolves? Yeah, it turns into Jumpluff. I completely forgot. I thought it was done. I thought Drifter was over. I was like, what the heck? I completely forgot Jumpluff existed. God dang. Look at him. He's adorable. That's cool, though. That's a... What is that Komala doing? What the fuck are they doing over there? What the hell are they doing over there? Okay, Kamala, you do you, weirdo. Eric, that's what you should do. You should make your extraction shooter, but instead of shooting people, it's Pokemon battles. It's a Pokemon-based extraction looter. That you could thank me later. That's the $1 million idea right there, you know? I'm telling you, unironically, it would be kind of based. Like, imagine extracting with like different like Pokeballs or like even just different Pokemon. Imagine if you like permanently lost your Pokemon if you died there though. That wouldn't feel great. I don't know. I don't know how you would like balance that. Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, student. I ain't catching that many Pokemon. Who do you think I am? Free labor? Psh, don't pay me for this. One of the things we discussed was like a S&D minigame with Pokemon battle. What does an S&D minigame mean? With Pokemon battles. I mean, you just can't go wrong. Pokemon battles are like, they're so basic but good. Like you can't go wrong with oh, I forgot to get a Pokemon that new Flash. No, I'm a fool. Oh, Pansage can learn Flash. Never mind. I'm a genius. I'm an absolute genius. Holy moly, I'm so smart. Search and destroy. Oh, interesting. How would you even do that with Pokemon battling? Would it be like, would the whole game stop for you to battle? Like, how would that work? I guess how would that work in an extraction shooter too? Because like then people, because if you're just like fighting in one area, also, why can this thing do Rock Smash? He doesn't have Rock Smash. Can I delete a move off this guy, like a HM, and he can still use it? Because that'd be crazy. What is happening here? Look at this thing. Because like in a looter shooter or like a Fortnite kind of battle royale game with Pokemon, you would have to do it like a Pokemon ZA kind of style where you could run around and like auto target the opponent and just like attack them while you're like running and stuff. Because you can't just be able to do that. Like you can just like force two people to just like to stop and battle, because then they just get surrounded and like ganked the whole time, you know? Unless they get like an immunity. Maybe they get like a 30-second immunity after a battle. And then the loser just dies or something. Maybe like a 3 strikes you're out kind of system. Where like you have to lose 3 battles and then you're out. And you have to like try to like find Pokeballs around a map and catch Pokemon to make a team. And then if someone finds you, they could challenge you to a battle. And if you lose, you get like a strike. And then after 3 strikes, you're just out of the game. But then you just keep going. Be interesting. Because it would only just be like trying to find like weapons. You'd be trying to find the Pokeballs to even catch the Pokemon, you know? So it'd be like a 2-pronged like finding thing. I don't know. I'm not a game designer. So, dude, it's Sneasler! It's baby Sneasler! Dude, this Pokemon's been kicking my ass in Champions. Holy moly. Like, Sneasler's a fucking menace. Like, no lie. So, like, have 6 players teleported to a side map. 3 players have an objective counter to the other team, like capture the flag or plant. Yeah, have some immunity after that. I mean, it sounds fun. I'd play it. Could involve catching Pokemon. I don't know, there's like a lot of things you can do. I just don't know how, like, I'm not a game designer. I don't know how the flow of like battle and like the flow of like trying to find Pokeballs and Pokemon would like actually work out. Like it would all have to be like very seamless and like not feel awkward to like go from running around a map to like battling somebody, I guess. I just don't know how you would do that. Force battle code? I don't know. How does Cobblemon do it? They don't really force you to battle, but I guess you could like make it a forced battle. Let's reduce the team size. This is for Minecraft, yeah. What would you do, like 3v3s? 3v3s would be pretty cool. Yeah, 3v3s would be really cool. Yeah, six Pokemon would just be way too long per battle. But like a quick 3v3. Would you implement like leveling? I wonder if leveling would be too much of a pain. Like you probably wouldn't implement like EVs and IVs, right? But you'd probably implement just like the rare, like a rarity system or like an evolution system instead of just like a leveling system. Oh, guys, I kick ass at ice puzzles. This is where I shine, guys. This is where I shine. I'm the best at ice puzzles. You guys don't understand. I'm so good at ice puzzles. Oh, seal. Fuck. Maybe 2v2 and you could oh, that would be good. Just like 2 Pokemon. Like you would just have like you'd be doing like a Pokemon Coliseum where you just have like the 2 Pokemon at the start. That would be cool. Man, if I wish I knew how to code, I'd make the most janky video games imaginable. Design this from scratch. EVs are just a modular system and IVs are next. Yeah, like the Pokemon Champions way. Like, I guess you could find like vitamins and stuff. Like have it so you don't like gain EVs from battling, but just like you get vitamins that you can use on your Pokemon. 2v2 could be a double battle. I think it'd just be cool. It'd be like really, because what'd be cool about having a 2v2, like a double battle system where you only had 2 Pokemon, is that you would be specifically looking for Pokemon that like synergize super well together, and like I think that's like a really cool idea. How you doing, Sweet Tooth? How's it going? You got something to tell me? Hit me with it. I'm ready. I got done with a single battle on Pokemon Champions. You had your Garchomp out and an opponent had a Snorlax out, and I was just like, I just want to flinch the Snorlax. So you used Rock Slide 4 times and all 4 of those attacks hit and flinched them. That's insane. That's that good RNG. That's that good RNG that you need. My God. Sometimes on Pokemon Champions, it just like feels like all RNG is just like going your way. And then I play another game and then like I get first turn slept by a 70% sleep. I get sleep the maximum amount of turns. I get flinched. I miss my 95% accurate moves, but then they never miss theirs. It's like, sometimes the world loves you and sometimes it hates you. It's just that simple. Garchomp had Focus Action, so that was your second Pokemon. Oh, is this for singles? Oh. I love Snorlax. I wish Snorlax was a better Pokemon competitively. I would always use it. I know Gigantamax Snorlax was like all right, but I don't think, did anyone actually use Gigantamax Snorlax over like Gigantamax Charizard? If nothing else, it had the most badass design. And Mosslax, my God. I saw a Mosslax plushie recently and I really wanted it. I only have Snorlax plushies for Pokemon. I have 2 Snorlax plushies, and those are the only Pokemon plushies I own. Because I'm not like a big plushies kind of guy, you know? I'm actually just not a big like buy stuff from like franchises. I'm not really like a big merch kind of guy. But I love Snorlax. I love Snorlax. The Pokemon game thing had type crystals, so like each monster had a base stat number and a maximum number of crystals that could be each stat. Oh, plus 10 if the same type, plus 5 otherwise, depending on the crystals in each stat. Your moves, so like 8 water crystals and special attack is surf, or like 4 in grass, or yeah. Okay, I'm a little confused actually. So are the crystals for stats or they're for types? Because I thought when I was reading that, I was like, oh, that's cool. So each of them have a specific like type stat. So they'd have like a 10 in water and like a 5 in fire or something like that. So instead of it being like special attack, special defense and stuff like that, it would just be like an elemental stat. I thought that actually sounds kind of cool. So wait, this is like 8 water crystals. Oh wait, so like if you have a water crystal and you put that into special attack, if it's a water Pokemon, it gives double the stats of if you put a water crystal into a grass Pokemon. Oh, I get it. Okay. The other mechanic was that the monsters would evolve based on stat values. So if they reached X value and attack, they could evolve, including temporary from stat boosting. Oh, so if they like, so wait, did they, is it like a Digimon kind of thing? Do they evolve like mid battle? And then like Digivolve back? If it's like a temporary thing? Use the same type, you get a bigger boost if you, okay, yeah. Seal, get out of here. Seal, I need to get through here. Seal. But the crystals make it permanent. Ooh, interesting. Dude, that sounds fun. I'm just gonna battle this Seal. You can remove them. Oh, okay. So if like you find a better Pokemon, you could take all your crystals away and then put them on there. I like it. I like it. Sounds very fancy. But is this for the what? It wasn't a battle royale. Was it the extraction kind of game, or what was the game type for this? Because fiddling around with all those crystals might be if it's like a fast-paced game, it might be a little much. I'm thinking. Just a Pokemon. Oh, it's just like a normal Pokemon. Okay, got it. Yeah, then that'd be cool. Because I'm so good at this. Look at that. I could just leave right there, but I'm not going to do that. I need these items. Moonstone? Bro, couldn't you have given me a Firestone, bro? Oh, I'm going to hell. Ah! Get out of here, Snow Runt. Very last adventure in some online battling. Oh. As long as you don't do the Temtem game. God, I've never been more disappointed by a video game until I played Temtem. My God. Anyone else try to play Temtem? Firestone in an ice cave? What better place to have a Firestone than in an ice cave? Like, come on. Where else would you have it? In a fire cave? Of course not. No, you're right. You're right. But it wasn't even an ice stone, you know? It was a moonstone. Finn is in. My bro Finn is in here. Didn't Temtem fucking die because they killed their competitive scene? They died, from what I remember, midway through the early access of Temtem, which was pretty fun at the start. Their main dev started getting like power crazy. They went like insane in their Discord because they made the most bizarre decision. When they first released their early access version of the game, at the very end of the early access, they put you into an area and that locked you out of like halfway through the early areas, you know? So if you wanted to try to go back and catch a specific Tem from those areas, you physically could not, because they just bizarrely locked you out of it for no reason. And the dev got super pissy when people were complaining and asking about like, oh, how do I get back to this area? I really want to go catch a pig or whatever the Pokemon people were trying to catch back then. Or the Temtem, sorry. And he just got super pissy and started like cussing at people and then like being like a real douchebag. So I know me and a lot of people dropped it because of that. Because that guy was just like such a little bastard. But I actually don't know anything after that. I just completely dropped the game after that. I haven't heard anything about it really. If they like messed up the competitive scene or if the game release just wasn't as good. Because I thought it was actually like a pretty interesting game. I don't think the battle style was completely for me. Not because it was like doubles. As you guys know, I love doubles. I just think they tried too much to not be Pokemon, that like their own system just wasn't as fun and interesting. Like it was kind of a chore almost to like try to navigate what the hell was even going on half the time. I don't know. It was a disappointment for me on like all fronts. You want to touch the new Temtem game? There's a new Temtem game? I mean, probably not, just because like I have so many bad memories with the old Temtem game. Don't haunt me? What? Wild fossils. Oh, interesting. I will not do this quest for you, but cool quest. I think constant doubles. I actually had no issues with that. I love Pokemon Coliseum and Gales of Darkness, you know? I love double battles. For me, it was just specifically the dev who kind of pissed me off. And just like the game mechanics were just, they were like overly complicated and not in a good way. I think, in my opinion. Like I love complicated game mechanics, but they just felt tedious. Wasn't a fan of the doubles only thing. Oh, I liked it. I actually liked it though. I loved how you could play it with a friend too. That was actually one of my favorite things. My friend and I got it back when we were like in college or whatever. And we were able to do like the gyms and stuff that were like doubles, but we were able to like use 3 of each of our Tems and like fight with each other. That was like insanely cool. You like the doubles too. If people aren't playing at their game, it's a slog. Yeah, I mean, it's just ugh. Temtem Pioneers is new ones was recently funded. Interesting. I'm surprised people still gave them money. Let me look this up. Is it on Steam? I kind of want to check it out. I guess it's probably not on Steam. It's just recently funded. Oh, it is. I actually have a little Steam thing for it. Temtem Pioneers. I mean, is it like a... What the hell? Is this even a Temtem game? Oh, it's like not even Temtem though, but it's like a... It's like a... What do you call it? It's like a one of those survival crafting games, but with Temtem. That's funny. That's really funny. I wonder if it's good. I mean... I actually am a pretty big sucker for survival crafting games. I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't be, guys. I know I shouldn't. But I actually am quite fond of like bad survival crafting games. I actually quite like bad survival crafting games. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Temtem's 80% off right now. Oh, they have very positive reviews. Maybe they've gotten better. And then I like how I see it's got very positive reviews on Steam. I scroll down to their reviews. They're all negative reviews at the top. I don't know. Major update was 2024 for Temtem. Damn. Yeah, it definitely is dead now then. It's Palworld. I love Palworld. Unironically, I enjoyed Palworld a lot. Not that the Palworld didn't have insanely like bad slog to get through and like really baffling game decisions. But I actually really enjoyed it because I played it with some of my friends and it was just like really fun to goof around. You like Palworld? Yeah. Whatever happened with that Palworld lawsuit? Did anything come from that, or was Nintendo just being a big baby? There's a weird electric team in why is there an electric team in this ice cavern? It's still ongoing? Seriously? Is that like 2024? I mean, I guess legal stuff does take like a long time. But still, that's like a while ago. That's crazy. That's crazy. Tyrant. Guys, what's your favorite fossil Pokemon and why is it Aerodactyl? Isn't it weird how they never did like a triple fossil Pokemon again? Like in Gen 1, they had Kabutops, they had Omanyte, and then they also had Aerodactyl. Like they had the two, like Kabutops and Omanyte was like the pair, and then they just had Aerodactyl on the side. And they never really did that again. They always had just paired fossils after that. Or whatever the hell happened with Gen 8 fossils, you know? Did Gen 9 not have fossil Pokemon? Wait, what gens didn't have fossil Pokemon? Gen 2 didn't have fossil Pokemon. Gen 5? Gen 5 didn't have any fossil Pokemon. No, they had... no, that's Gen 6 that had Tyrant and Aurora, whatever. Gen 7 didn't have them either. Huh. So a lot more Pokemon games than I thought that just didn't have any fossils. Unless they did and I'm just forgetting them, which is a possibility. It was a matter of more of a matter of 150 Pokemon. I don't even remember what I said for that comment to come. Oh, what was I talking about? So I got so stuck on fossils. I was like, I thought about them so much. I forgot everything else that I was saying. Oh, look at Amora. Dude, that's adorable. That's some great art right there. I'm telling y'all guys, 2D Pokemon peak. Never gets old. Literally timeless. Literally timeless. Like they did 3 fossils in part because of the 150 designs. Only one other gen had that many or more and the rest had less. Really? Also, it was 151 Pokemon. Mew was technically in the game. I always find it weird people said 150 Pokemon because there is 151 in the first games. So I do find it weird that everyone always references Gen 1 as having 150 Pokemon. But I guess I'm just a fucking nerd. I guess I'm just a nerd. Only Gen 5 had 150 designs? Really? I actually never knew that. I knew Gen 2 only had like 60 designs or something. Like, it had a really small amount of designs compared to every other Pokemon game. But I never knew like no other Pokemon games had like that many Pokemon designs. Gen 7 had like 8 Pokemon and 30 Ultra Beasts. Maybe that's why I dislike Gen 7 so much. No, I hate Gen 7 because of the really long ass tutorial. And like every time you get like a new cutscene, it takes like forever to do anything. Go, look at that Grimer. He's so grimy. Looks kind of like a purple, like a grape flavored lollipop. I kind of want to lick him. Like a half melted lollipop. Gen 2 had exactly 100. Gen 7 had that little Pokemon? There's no way. There's no way it only had 8 and 30 Ultra Beasts. No, it didn't even have 30 Ultra Beasts. You're crazy. Didn't even have that many. It was like 8 Ultra Beasts. I mean, unless you meant like 8 Ultra Beasts and like 30 other Pokemon. God, they really have that little new Pokemon? That's crazy. What were they doing with Gen 7? Jesus. Too much time designing a non-gym system that no one really enjoyed that much. And then ended up being a gym system anyways, because you still had the Elite Four. Ooh, Mega Drain over Bullet Seed? I don't even know what kind of stats I have. Oh, wait a minute. Contest moves. You know what? We don't need Bullet Seed. Give me Mega Drain. It's a round number. Mewtwo is basically a variant of Mew. But what? That's like saying Charmander is a variant of Charizard, you know? I don't know if I agree with that logic. I don't know if I agree with that. Personally don't agree. 88 Pokemon. Oh, 88? That is very low. Gen 7 didn't have some banger Pokemon though. Like a lot of the times people say it's about the quality and not the quantity, but yeah. Gen 7 had some banger Pokemon, but they definitely should have had more. And I'm not really a fan of Ultra Beasts in general. I know they were trying to do like some kind of Digimon, like this isn't what, these Ultra Beasts aren't Pokemon, they're Ultra Beasts, so that's why they look so weird. And then they made like one good Ultra Beast design, and that was Buzzwole. My fucking boy Buzzwole. The buffest Pokemon imaginable. That stupid giant burly bug. I love that guy. He's so weird. He's so weird. $14 were legends, and of course 9 were the starters. So 54. I mean, you can't discount the starter Pokemon and the legendaries. Come on. What did weird me out about Gen 7 was the fact that there was a middle evolution for like the legendary Pokemon were evolution Pokemon, right? Because Cosmog, Cosmium, and then, you know, Lunala or Solgaleo, depending. But like, what the hell were they thinking about making Cosmium? Why did they have a middle evolution that was just as useless as Cosmog? Like, I don't think it learns any moves or anything. So what's the fucking point? What's the point of that Pokemon? Weird. Absolutely weird. There's discount stars and legends. You only get one of them, but it's a new design. I don't think you should discount them. At least, you know, my personal opinion. Look at your dumb little Skip Bloom. You wish you had a jump bluff like me, don't ya? Next time doesn't include the regional lowland, so we can bump it up a bit. Oh, really? Yeah, I think a lowland designs should count. Honestly, I do think a lowland designs should count because they're different enough most of the time. Except for Alolan Zigzagoon. Not Alolan. Except for Galarian Zigzagoon and that stupid Pokemon that it evolves into. I hate Obstagoon. I hate that Pokemon so much. Obstagoon, which sucks because Gen 3 is like one of my favorite games. I actually really like Lanoon. I like his little ferret design. He's kind of like a sleeker ferret to me. I really like him. But Obstagoon, that's just a guy. That's just a full ass man right there. Do not like that guy. I say as a Reach, Mewtwo is an evolution, but then I think, and since Mewtwo is a clone with altered stats, it's still a Reach, but one could argue. I mean, at that point, though, you'd have to say Ditto is also like that, since Ditto is just the offshoot of the Mewtwo cloning experiment, you know? So you still have to say 149 if you do agree with your own theory there for Mewtwo. You can't use Ubers in most VGC formats in the game battle facilities. That's true. That's true. Except when they do let you use the legendary Pokemon at VGC and it becomes a complete crap show. Those are actually my least favorite. I know a lot of people like the, what do they call them? Restricted formats with like legendary Pokemon. I don't. I'm actually not a fan of restricted Pokemon in VGC because it kind of warps the whole meta around like the super, like even then, even if you allow restricted Pokemon, there's like 3 of them that just like completely outclass every other restricted Pokemon. That it becomes like a meta warping design choice. And then it also, like, you can't really use a lot of Pokemon because they get completely bodied by the legendaries, right? Like just their stats and power is just overwhelming. You can't do crap against like Lunala or like Xerneas with like a Sudowoodo or something. You just lose. You just get owned. Well, Abba, I'm sorry to say, but you're dead. You're not surviving this. Lucky Chant. What the hell? My crits! I thought you were just gonna die and then it would be over, but no. How about why are you surviving? Yeah, I was really looking forward to using Mega Salamence in Pokemon Champions. I'm kind of sad it wasn't in the game. I understand though, because Mega Salamence is like one of the most broken Pokemon in existence. Like legitimately, he's stronger than like most of legendary Pokemon. But since I used him to win the, you know, the Kabamon Championship, I was really looking forward to having him on my team in Champions, and I was a little sad he wasn't there. Also, I think he looks goofy. His little hang glider. Oh dear. Man, I really want to play Gen 5 again. That game was just so good. Black and White was just like peak. I won't say it's like my favorite generation because that's Gen 3 and then Gen 1 and then Gen 4 and then Gen 5 and 2. I don't know. The first 5 generations are all just so friggin' good, man. They're all just like, they're literally like so perfect. Of course, they're not actually perfect, but to me, the first 5 generations of Pokemon are just like so good. Thank you, nurse. I'm feeling tired. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Can I get to this next gym already so I can like go end stream and eat food? I just want to get to the next town so I can end stream there. Ah! You know, by that logic, would be 149. However, Ho made its first. No, it only made its appearance in the anime. You can't count that. It only made its appearance in the anime, not the games. You can't even say that. Boo! Boo! I boo your logic. Boo! That's like saying Bonsly is a Gen 3 Pokemon because it technically came out in a Pokemon Coliseum, or wait, no, it was XD, right? It was XD first. Okay, this guy's kicking my butt. I boo your logic. How to design a Pokemon game where battles aren't pointless or tedious? I think Gen 9 did it well because I think a lot of people were feeling that like trainer battles were feeling pretty tedious in like the past few games. So they made every single Pokemon battle that was outside of like gyms and like, you know, important battles and stuff like that completely optional, which I thought was pretty fun. I think Gen 9 actually did pretty good at that. What gen was Magierna? Is it Gen 7? Jesus Christ, I don't remember. Was it Gen 6? No. No, it wasn't Gen 6. Was it Gen 6? No. Was it Gen 7? I do not remember. As someone who prides himself on like knowing a disgusting amount of Pokemon knowledge, I could not tell you what generation Mirgiarna was in. I do know you only got it through like an event, right? It was only an event only Pokemon. So that's probably why, like that one, like Zeraora and like Pokemon, like event only Pokemon, I just have like no knowledge of because I never got them. Because you had to like go out for a lot of them and like go to like a GameStop or something. And I was a child when those came out and I couldn't just tell my parents, hey, can we go to GameStop? I don't want to buy anything, but I really want to get this Pokemon, you know? They would have just slapped me across the face and told me to go to my room. You know, they weren't gonna do that. They probably would have. My parents are pretty nice, but I never did because I thought they would be mad at me. Gen 7, but like almost everything associated with it. Yeah, like it's a fairy type. That's all I know about Marigiana. It's a fairy type. I don't know what this guy said. Nico, shut up. Nico, shut your face. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Ah, son of a gun. I think a fun thing Pokemon should do is that for like gym battles and stuff like that, they should make it so that like for gym battles, all the gym leaders Pokemon are like level capped at your highest Pokemon level. I think that'd be fun. Like make it a modular Pokemon cap. Why did I Ice Ball? What am I doing? I think a modular Pokemon cap, not just even for levels, but like if you have a certain level of Pokemon, like you straight up just like the gym leader just has like different higher tier Pokemon depending on what levels you're at. Like don't make it a gym badge thing. Make it a completely like a level thing. That'd be super cool. Meltan is from Gen 7. Is it? Why did I think Meltan was also Gen 6? Huh. Only in Gen 8. Oh. I mean, wasn't it like a Pokemon Go Pokemon? I don't think you could get Meltan any other way before like Pokemon Go, right? Which was really weird of them to do. Like a really weird of them to do. God, do you remember when Pokemon Go was like really good? Just like nostalgia baiting Pokemon now. I'm just like, Pokemon Go was like insanely good in the first 2 weeks and then it slowly started getting bad for no reason. Like they took away like half the features of Pokemon Go after the first 2 weeks for like no reason. Or maybe there was a reason, but it wasn't a good one. I'll process it. It was also like Gen 6. Gen 6 had the whole thing with Zygarde that they never like, you know, they never like finished their promise on. Like Zygarde was like this really cool like lure in Gen 6 and then they just did absolutely nothing with it. Hell, it wasn't until like recently with Legend ZA that we actually like got the complete story for Zygarde. It's so funny. Let me in. They took a whole city? That's crazy. Have to find like a different way into the city. Ooh, Tauros. You look dangerous. I don't want to talk to you. God dang it. Prothoi. Freaking Prothoi. Not the whatever. Ice ball. Ed, what'd you miss? Are there any other weird Pokemon? How did you get that? Was it just through like a distribution where you got like that weird water fire Pokemon too? What was his name? He looks like an Ultra Beast almost. He doesn't even look like a Pokemon. What was his name? I know you could get it from completing the Pokedex for the DLC for ZA, I believe too. But he just looks so weird. He looks like he's got that Mewtwo handle, you know, you could like pick him up by the little handle he's got. So weird. I always find it weird that they did like distribution events for Pokemon and didn't let you just catch them in game somehow. Like, what were they doing with that? Like, what was the strategy for distribution only Pokemon? Did they think more people would buy the game when the distributions were happening? Were they trying to make it like a cool event? Like, I have no idea. It's like a baffling decision to me. Because like, they must have known like 99% of kids that bought the game weren't able to actually get the distribution Pokemon. They must have thought it would be like a really cool thing. Like, I remember back when I was like a really small kid in Pokemon, it was just like Pokemon Red and Blue and like Gold and Silver. There's so many like playground rumors. Like, you know, the Mew in the van, or like I knew this one kid who knew how to duplicate Pokemon, which was like really cool. Back then, you know, he could just like straight up duplicate a Pokemon. So you could have like 2 Charizards and you were like the coolest guy. So your mom lets you have 2 Charizards? Like, yeah, hell yeah. There was no strategy? That's what it feels like. Amen. Appreciate how it is to be young, kid. Once you get old, you fucking die. That's the end goal. You fucking die when you're old. So appreciate youth when you can. Oh god, there's like 50 people here that want to fight. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Wait, is this the city? It's the city! Whoa. Oh, this place looks cool. All right, guys, I'm probably going to end stream here. I'm absolutely starving. I need food real bad. Real bad. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I was debating to play Pokemon Champions Day, but I did want to get back into this game because this is still really fun. I'll probably play some Pokemon Champions on stream either Wednesday or Thursday. So if you want to watch me completely get bodied in that game, because I've started getting into like the higher MMR or whatever you call it, like the higher point totals, like 1900. I think like the highest currently is like 2200. So I'm getting up there, but I'm getting bodied in that game. Yeah, goodbye. I also kind of want to see if anyone's doing like a Pokemon Champions like tournament, right? Like I really want to join a Pokemon Champions tournament because I think it'd be really fun. But yeah, I'll see you guys all next time. Go have a good rest of your week and go play Pokemon. Go download Pokemon Champions so I could fight you, you know? People need to get up on that. I want to fight everybody in Pokemon Champions. 1v1 me or 2v2 me or whatever. Whatever format. I'm fine. I actually like the singles format too, even though it's like a little weird. But I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.